First of all, a real good football team. Well coached, Coach Fisher and staff for us, I mean, offensively, for us, we must establish. We're going to have to do a great job with play action passing and also take some shots on offense. And taking care of the football is going to be absolutely critical in a game like this. Defensively, we have to try to limit their explosive plays. They have a really good quarterback, good receiving core. And we're going to have to – and actually, they run the ball very, very well, too. I mean, they always do. Gino is very physical. So we're going to have to be able to try to shut down the running game and try to limit the explosive plays are going to be huge. And then when you have a big rivalry game like this, special teams always play a huge part. They're not talked about as much, but this game could very well come down to some special team plays also.
Should be a fantastic matchup. Oak Harbor versus Genoa this Friday. 7 o'clock kickoff for that big rivalry. Wish you the best of luck in that matchup, Coach. And
thank you.
We've got a few more minutes here, so I want to talk a little bit about. You said earlier that some of the scores you've given up this season have been because young guys are in, you're up big. How important is it for you guys to get up big to give those young guys a chance to get in and get some varsity experience?
Yeah, it's really important. And those guys love to get in under the Friday night lights, too. So anytime we're fortunate enough to get a lead and feel like the game's secure, we always try to get our young guys in there. And we've been able to get our freshmen even in some here on Friday nights. But, yeah, it's important. And they love being in Rocket Stadium and being able to go out there and play. And I've also been on the other side of my coaching career of those lopsided games, too.
Yep.
So we're not a program that if we get a lead, we're going to run it up. We're going to pull our starters and put our young kids and let them get the experience that's so important for them.
Well, we talked about the young guys. This is our first time talking Oak Harbor football. Let's talk about the seniors, the leaders on this team. How happy are you with this group, and how have they really stepped up and led in the locker room?
This group has been tremendous. It's fun every day to go to practice. They're doing a tremendous job leading us. We really honestly haven't had a bad practice yet this season, and that's because of those guys. And all they've known in high school, we've been fortunate enough to win 3 league championships in a row, so they've been a league champion every year. So they've seen the senior classes in front of them who are really good leaders also. They've been able to learn from them and what it takes to be a champion. So they're doing that and even taking it to another level. And our team chemistry is outstanding. It's really because of that senior group. They're really a special group and really, really fun to coach.
And that team chemistry, how much was that built during winter and spring lifting to summer camp to now? How have you seen this team develop from when you first got them in the weight room in the winter to now that you're in the middle of fall?
Yeah, it really does. The summer's really the big time for us. We promote our kids. We want our kids to play multiple sports, so we got a ton of our guys that are playing multiple sports, which is what we want. So the summertime is really time for us to really develop that team chemistry, and we divide up our team into sub teams, and we have seniors lead those teams, those different groups, and kind of helps build some team chemistry that way, and we do some competition with the teams and things like that. So the summer is the main time for us to really kind of build that chemistry because we have everybody together, especially in July. June is usually pretty busy with the other sports, but yeah, the summer's been huge, and these guys have just been phenomenal. I could go on and on about our seniors. Really a great group, and they're the reason we're 5-0, and a huge part of why we've been able to been league champions here the last few years also.
Well, we're talking about your seniors, and do you want to shout out maybe your captains this year and talk about how much they've helped this team?
Yeah, we have a great group of captains. They've done a phenomenal job. Alex Reif is one of our captains. Isaac Schulte, Braden Porath, Cooper Schultz, Blake Nickel. I think I got all 5 of them there. But they were elected. When we do captains, the team elects them, and so they were selected by their team, and the team selected the right guys too.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that really hold us together, and like to go back to week 1 Huron game, those are the main guys that were keeping things together, keeping us from losing our heads on the sidelines when the lead kept changing, and we've had tough times in our other games too. They've pulled us through, and those guys lead us in practice too. They make sure that we're getting the work done that we need so we can improve every day.
Talking with head coach Mike May of the Oak Harbor Rockets. We're talking Rocket football. They're 5-0, heading to Genoa this week to take on the Comets, and good luck with you to you in that, Coach. But one final question: I heard you mention earlier that you encourage your kids to play other sports. Those captains' names that you mentioned, some of the other names you've mentioned, I recognize from basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, how big of an advantage is it for a kid to play multiple sports in football?
It's huge. We 100% promote that, and through the years, our best football players, especially the skill position players, have been all multiple sport athletes. You look at our quarterback last year, Michael Alon, 3-year starter.
Yep.
Basketball, baseball, football, competing year-round. For me, it's more important, in my opinion, for our kids to be out competing year-round instead of just being in the weight room.
Right.
Get out and compete. So that's huge, and we'll always promote that. And in the high school, your high school years are so short and they go by so fast. We want to see guys do as many things as they possibly can in high school, and not just specialize in football or specialize in our sports, but play as much as you can.
Yeah, absolutely, because if you don't, you might not ever play that sport competitively
Absolutely.
again, and
Yep.
even if you do, it's not going to be the same as
Right.
playing for your hometown.
Right.
All right, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Coach Mike
absolutely.
May of the Oak
All right,
Harbor
thanks
Rockets.
for
Good
having
luck this week against Genoa. I'll be
Appreciate
pulling
it.
for you guys.
Okay.
You're listening to the Eagle 99 Fremont High School Football Coaches Show from the Fremont Frickers. I am Nick Roth. I'm going to take you through some of the events. Hold on one second. I dropped my paper. I'm going to take you through some of the events coming up on our BAS sports schedule on Eagle 99 and 92.1 The Wolf. Of course, tonight's our coaches show. Come on down here. You got $9.99 steak night. You got a steak dinner, roll, side salad, and a drink, all for $9.99, and kids eat free. Come on down here. Watch some guard ball. Watch them get the win against the Tigers. I'm going to knock on wood there because I'm a superstitious guy, and bring the kids as well. Tomorrow on 92.1 The Wolf, our sister station, we got the Orion Day football show from 7 to 8 p.m. On Friday, right here on the Eagle, we have Margaretta at Woodmore High School football, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. I know a lot of you are probably wondering, why aren't you doing the Ross game? Well, it's at Toledo Scott, and they can't host us there. We tried, but they can't do it. So we're going to be doing the Margaretta at Woodmore game, 2 undefeated teams. Should be a good one. And 92.1 The Wolf, I said it already when Alex Shepard was here, but I'll say it again right now. We're going to be at Edison at Freedom Field to watch the Bellevue Redmen take on the Edison Chargers. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff for that, and that's what's going on Friday. On Saturday, the Eagle has your college football fix. We got BGSU at Ohio, 11 o'clock pregame, noon kickoff for that this Saturday. On 92.1 The Wolf, OSU football is back after their bye week. They take on Washington, 2 o'clock pregame and 3:30 kickoff for that on 92.1 the Wolf. And on Monday, it's another BGSU Falcons Nest radio coaches show from 6 to 7 p.m. And then next Wednesday, of course, we have our Frickers show with Kyle Knight. He'll take you through next week. And we also, if you're a fan of My Eagle 99 remotes, we have a remote broadcast for me going on. We're going to be at the grand opening of the new Friendship Kitchen in Fremont, me and Miss Beth Pearson. So that'll be a fun day. But that's what's coming up on our BAS Sports and I guess Friendship schedule. So make sure you tune in on Friday night and on Monday night as well. And, of course, on Saturday for your college football picks. Coming up, we'll be having Clyde Flyer night talking with Coach Ryan Carter and some of the Clyde Flyers. So stick around and stay tuned here to Eagle 99 WFRO and keep watching on YouTube. School football coaches show. My name is Nick Roth. Joining me now, Coach Ryan Carter, head coach of the Clyde Flyers. It is Clyde Flyer night. He's brought some players with him, and I will get to them in a little bit. But first, we're going to talk with head coach Ryan Carter. Reminder: get on down here to Frickers, $9.99 steak night. You get a steak, dinner, roll, side salad, and drink, all for $9.99. We are live on Eagle 99.1 FM, live on YouTube. Just go to WFRO or Eagle 99 WFRO on YouTube and click on the live stream. And, of course, we're live on WFROradio.com. Head coach Ryan Carter joins me now. Thank you so much, Coach, for joining me. They're coming off their first win of the year against the Ashland Arrows. Oh, I'm sorry, Port Clinton Redskins. My bad. I was there. I know who you played. We were there at Port Clinton to watch you guys get that win. First of all, what an exciting shootout of a game.
It sure was.
I mean, it took forever.
Yes.
But that's because it was touchdown after touchdown. But tell me about the resiliency of these kids, not only to endure 4 losses in a row and still have the wherewithal to score 55 points and get a win, but just to endure a shootout like that, not have the defense get their confidence dejected and to rise up when they did.
Yeah, it was a back and forth game, obviously, like you said. I mean, it was one of those games where you could just kind of feel it from the beginning. I mean, they returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and it was just back and forth. The first quarter took over an hour. It was an entertaining game if you were watching it. Not so much if you were coaching in it, but our kids did a great job and they persevered throughout the entire night. And, we've been off to a rough start, but our kids coming back and bouncing back in that game was awesome to see.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys have been off to a rough start, but you're by no means a bad football team.
Yeah.
You just play a schedule that's so tough. I actually said that on the air during pregame. If you guys say, I grew up in Norwalk, I was a St. Paul kid. If you guys played in the Finals Conference, you'd still be front runners in the conference. But you guys play in one of the toughest conferences in the area, and that's why it hurts. But you guys are by no means a bad team. I've been saying it all year. You play, Toledo St. Francis, great team. Ashland, great team. Bellevue, really good team this year coming off of last year.
Yep.
So you guys, even though you lost 4, it doesn't mean that you're having, a terrible year. It just means that your competition is tough. So these kids, they know that, right?
Yeah.
They got to know that.
I've said it the whole time. I mean, we have a combination of, we had some young players coming into the season, and they are learning their way a little bit, but we played a tough schedule, and we didn't play particularly well. We turned the football over in the first 4 games a little bit too much to win. But we were in all those games. I know it sounds crazy to look at our schedule, but we were in all of our games, giving ourselves a chance. Our kids are competing. They're playing extremely hard. We just hadn't been on the right end yet, and we were fortunate to come out on the right end against Port Clinton.
Well, on Friday night, I was looking at your schedule during our pregame ramble, and your schedule doesn't get any easier.
No.
You guys got Perkins this week, who they're 2-3, but they're not a 2-3 team.
No, they're pretty good.
Then you got Edison, who's always great.
Yep.
You got Sandusky, who's having kind of a down year, but
Yeah.
they're still pretty big. They're a big
athletes.
school.
Yep.
Columbian's a huge
Diffion's
school.
playing well.
Division III.
And Norwalk.
And then you got Norwalk, who's always tough. So how big was it to get that win in the middle of the year and get the confidence of these kids going and maybe go on a little bit of a run, win a few more games here?
It was huge, to be honest with you, just for morale purposes of keeping the guys up and keeping them. I keep telling them good things are going to happen. It's coming, and you got to have some of those good things happen in order for them to believe in that. But we have great kids. You'll see that tonight. All 5 of my guys that are here, captain-wise, are phenomenal kids first. They're great student athletes, and they go out on Friday nights and give me everything they have. So you really can't ask for much more.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about last Friday against Port Clinton. You guys, you scored 55 points, which is remarkable within itself, I should say. But you guys, I noticed, you ran the ball a good amount, but you didn't run it normally as much as you usually do.
Yeah.
Adam Young is out, and I'm sure that's a reason. Tell me about your 2 running backs that stepped up. I believe it was, now let me get it right. It was not Fluelling, but it was Hector Garza.
Yep, that was one.
And I know his number. He's number 3. I can't remember.
May I help you?
Yeah.
Lincoln Mullins.
Lincoln Mullins, yeah. For some reason, Brady Dukeshire was going. I was like, that's not Brady.
No, he was blocking for him.
Yeah, right. So, Lincoln Mullins and Hector Garza. Tell me how big was it for them to step up, because they did a great job. But you also let Jonathan Lance sling it back there more than you usually do, and he did a great job. Tell me about the game plan and how happy you are with your team.
Well, honestly, going into the game, we felt like we could do some things offensively. Now, by no means did we think we were going to score 55, but we felt like we had some areas we could exploit, running the ball and throwing it. Having our starting tailback out, I thought those 2 did a great job of stepping in and shouldering the load. And that's also why we ran Jonathan a little bit more in that game, not having AY. So, but Johnny threw it well. I thought we had a very good balance of we had over 600 yards on the night. We had a very good balance of running the football and throwing it. So our guys came up with some clutch catches. Our guys made some plays when there wasn't plays there to be made. Our line blocked extremely well, especially on our pass plays. We didn't have too much pressure. And then we opened some holes for our running backs, and our guys ran hard. So just overall happy. And our defense, honestly, for as many as they gave up, we gave up 2 in the kickoff game. And then we got some stops, but we got stops when we needed them. That stop in the second half down towards the end was huge. And then our offense to hang on to the ball for the last 7.5 minutes was awesome.
That was going to be my next question. The offense killing the clock, that was spectacular to see. But about the defense, they gave up 48 points. But like you said, they got stops when they needed to get stops. And, you might say, oh, the defense was non-existent. It was existent, and they got stops when they needed to.
Yeah, and you got to give some credit to Port Clinton. I mean, their Zero, the Pinkleton kid, runs it very hard.
He does.
We had a hard time getting him to the ground. But we rallied to the football. We got some stops when we needed them, and we were able to grind out the clock there at the end, getting first downs and keeping them off the field.
Talking with head coach Ryan Carter, the Clyde Flyers, on Clyde Flyer night here at the Fremont Friggers. Get yourself down here. Bring the kids down here. Watch some Guardians baseball. Watch them beat the Detroit Tigers. I'm gonna knock on wood there. I'm going to the game tomorrow night. So
Are you?
Yeah, I'm really
good
excited.
for you. I told the kids that we got the rain delay was helping us. I want to get this show over with. Get the kids out of here so I can go home and watch. Finish watching the Indians.
Preaching to the choir there, Coach. But, $9.99 steak night. You get a steak, dinner, roll, side salad, drink, all for $9.99, and of course, kids eat free. Talking with head coach Ryan Carter of the Clyde Flyers. We just talked about his big win against Port Clinton right in the middle of the year, right when you need it, you get it. And now you move on to one of the toughest tests you're going to get all year in the Perkins Pirates. Tell me what you've been preaching to your kids this week at practice.
Very good football team. They have a lot of those kids that they're starting to get back now for various reasons that have been out. But a lot of those kids are coming back, and they're starting to get their feet under them a little bit. They've played a tough schedule, too. I mean, if you look at their schedule, they've played no joke of a schedule as well. So we know we have our work cut out for us. They're a very good football team. But we're going to go up there, we're going to battle, and our kids are going to show up and do everything we can.
What do you guys think you have to do defensively to keep that talented Perkins offense in check?
Well, you have to tackle well in space, and they do a good job of throwing the football to their skilled guys in space. And then when you pay too much attention to the pass, they will sneak the run up in there. They're more of a pass-oriented team this year than they were in the past, but they still have a very big offensive line. They have some kids that are D1 type kids up front, and so they'll sneak a run in there every once in a while. But the Schweinfurt kid is very good at quarterback. They have some weapons on the outside, so they're extremely good defensively. Their two linebackers run really well, and they have some big kids up front that are going to present some problems. But we're putting in a good week of work, trying to get ourselves ready to go. And like I said, we're going to go up there and battle.
Yeah, have you been happy with what you're seeing at practice? What have you put in offensively this week to maybe give yourself a little bit more of a chance?
Honestly, we have been extremely happy with our kids all the way through in practice. It has been tough. You're coming back after losses, and you're trying to get them back up and preach to them, hey, let's keep going. But it's been very tough. But to have our kids come out each day and give us the effort that they've given us in practice, it's been awesome to see. And that's a tribute to our kids and our families. We have great kids.
Yeah, speaking of these kids, we're going to get them in here and talk with them here in just a second. Right now, we're talking with head coach Ryan Carter of the Clyde Flyers. They're 1-4 this season. They're much better than their record, a lot like the Perkins Pirates, who are at 2-3. Coach, good luck against Perkins this week. Go out there and shock the world.
Yeah,
I got all full confidence in you that you can get it done.
We'll give it a shot, and I'm looking forward to these guys being on the radio. They're great kids, and looking forward to them being in the spotlight.
They look like they're looking forward to it as well. Well, without further ado, let's get the first one in here, guys. I don't know who wants to go first.
Who drew the short straw?
I can go.
I'm guessing this is Brady Dukeshire.
It is.
It is. How did I know? He's huge. Brady, thanks for joining me tonight on the Coach's Show. Don't be nervous. I'm not going to grill you on any questions or anything like that.
Thank you for having me.
You're going to do great. So, Brady, I believe I'm correct. You're a senior this year, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the development of these young guys and what you've done to help lead these guys in the locker room and how far they've come since the summer.
Well, they've really just made crazy strides. I mean, coming in as a young team together, I'll graduate a lot of seniors that started and played. For those guys to come in and perform like they have, and like you said, to helping them along, just giving little coaching points here and there, just playing a lot from playing some varsity football just to try to point them in the right direction and get our team to where we need to be.
Now, as a lineman myself, I know a lot of times we're not the talkers of the team. Are you more of a lead by example type of guy, show these guys how to do it right instead of say it?
Yeah, definitely not as much a vocal leader as Ian Everett here behind me, but
tell me a little bit about, you guys had a rough start, 4 in a row. Tell me, how sweet was it to get that win this past week?
Oh, I think it was very crucial for, just the spirits of the team. Losing like we did, it really hurts you a little bit, but to get that, it feels good.
So, in years past, you guys have been quite dominant. in your conference, in the region, and all that. And now this year, you're not, and it's a different feeling.
Yes.
Tell me, what do you guys do as seniors to keep morale up and keep confidence in this team and say, hey, nothing's over yet. We got half a season to go at least. You know, what are you guys doing in that locker room to make sure nobody's got their head down?
We're really just making sure that we're coming together rather than falling apart. A lot of people under stressful situations, you know, you kind of pull apart from each other, but I feel like we've done the opposite. And I really think that that's what attributed to our win, us being able to come together not only during practice but during games when those stressful situations come up.
Talking with Brady Dukeshire, he's big number 76 on the defensive and offensive line. Clocking in at 6'6", 303 pounds. Is that accurate? A lot of times they put on the roster. But, I mean, are you 310?
It's pretty close.
Is it? Yeah.
About 290, 295.
Yeah.
I could be 303 on a
Yeah,
good day.
it's just,
on a good day.
just scare opposing teams by putting that number on there. Brady, like I said, you're a senior. You're a leader of this team. Any thoughts on what you're going to do next fall?
Really, I don't know quite yet.
Workforce or college? You haven't really decided yet.
Definitely college, but
Have you
college options I don't really.
Yeah, you're not really looking yet. You're going to focus on that more in the spring.
Yeah, pretty. I have some out there, but you know I don't really want to rule anything out quite yet.
Yeah. Are you thinking of playing football in college?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. Well, I wish you the best of luck in the future. Thank you
100%.
for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much.
That was Brady Dukeshire, senior number 76 for the Clyde Flyers. Joining me now is Ian Everett. Ian Everett, you are also a senior leader on this team.
Yes, sir.
And Ian, I'm going to ask you some similar questions to what I asked Brady.
All right.
Question number one is this. You guys start out 0-4. You're now 1-4. How big in the middle of the season was it for you leaders, and for the young kids for their first time playing high school football to get that win in the middle of the season?
Well, I mean, that's huge, really. Like, you know, it took us 5 weeks to get that good feeling, but finally we got it. Because starting out 0-4, no one wants to do that. No one really wants to go through with the team that's 0-4, but we get that win, it starts turning the tide a little bit. So it's very nice.
Talking with Ian Everett of the Clyde Flyers. And Ian, looking at the stat sheet, you're not necessarily lighting it up on offense, but when it comes to defense, you are doing pretty well. You got 15 tackles on this season. It says here that you are a D lineman. Are you a D end?
Yes, sir.
Is that so? Tell me, do you enjoy defensive end? Do you enjoy setting that edge and
man, that's
collapsing
my bread
down,
and butter right there.
setting
Yes,
the
sir.
edge,
That's my
outside
favorite right there.
contain?
Of course.
My brother was a D end. He loved doing that as well. And you're a tight end on offense. So, unfortunately, for most schools around here that use tight ends, it's more of a, all right, you're an extra blocker. You're on the offensive lineman. We'll send you out for a pass every
For
now
sure.
and then. But you're not getting the ball thrown to you. But tell me, what have you done on defense? What have you worked on this season to really improve from last?
So in the off season, you know, obviously staying consistent in the weight room, packing on weight, packing on size. That's a big thing. You don't want to get pushed around a lot. Going to some camps over the summer to try and pick up some new techniques and stuff like that. And then in season, obviously just staying conditioned, so I'm able to fire off all 4 cylinders all game.
Now you said, well, you didn't say it. Brady said it, that you are more a vocal leader
Yes, sir.
than most on this team. How are some of the ways that you lead your team in the locker room?
You know, just like you said, being vocal. I always harp on energy because I feel like that's a very strong thing to have. If you have everybody in high spirits, then that can change the tide of a game. So I'm definitely very vocal on the sideline when I come out. I'm vocal in the locker room at halftime. Before the game even starts, I'm definitely screaming and shouting a little bit, trying to get us a little excited there.
I'm talking with Ian Everett. He is a defensive lineman, defensive end, tight end for the Clyde Flyers. Now, you have interchangeable numbers. You go 33 and 50. Is that because on defense you can't be 33 on the D-line?
No, so I was number 33 before the season, but then Coach actually asked me to start playing at left tackle. So they changed my number because obviously I can't be number 33 on the O-line. So they had me subbing in at left tackle there, starting a few games for us. So
You're one of those kids. You're one of those kids that's got so much talent, coach doesn't know where to put you, so he tries you everywhere. It's a good problem to have, trust me.
I suppose so.
Again, talking with Ian Everett. Ian, I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Brady. You're senior. Do you have any plans for next fall? Yeah.
going to college for sure is definitely a big thing.
Got any front runners there?
Oh man, there's so many to think about. You know, staying in state would be pretty cool. Playing football in college is definitely on my horizon as
Yeah.
well. So I'd love to be able to do that as well.
Again, talking with Ian Everett. One last question for you, Ian, and I'll bring back Brady so he can do this because I forgot to do it with you, and I apologize. Ian, you want to shout anybody out? Go ahead.
Big shout out to my coaches, of course. I love all my coaches. Coach Greenslade for helping me come through this, and a big shout out to my mom and dad and my stepmom, being my biggest supporters for every step of me through the way, and my little brother Gage. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Ian.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck this week against the Pirates.
Thank you.
Let's bring Brady back in here really quick so he can get his shout outs in. Go ahead, Brady. Shout out who you want to shout out.
All the coaches, everybody that makes the football program work. My grandparents, my parents, Grayson, my little brother, my older sister Maddie, at Ohio State. I think that's really about it.
That's it. All right. Thanks. Thanks again, Brady,
Thank
for
you.
joining me.
Thank you so
Next
much.
man up will be who? Curtis Dick. Curtis, your name I am familiar with on the stat sheet. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight, Curtis. I really appreciate it. You, kind of like Ian, are mostly a factor, and if I can find your name here, that would be fantastic. Mostly a factor on defense. You are flying all around the field this year on the defensive side of the ball. You have 46 tackles and 2 sacks on this young season. And so I'm guessing you like to play defense more than you like to play offense?
Yes, sir.
Are you a hitter? Do you like to hit kids?
Yes, sir, I
Yeah,
do.
You're
Yep.
a headhunter in Curtis Dick. And Curtis, tell me, how have you seen this team grow from summer camp to now you're at midseason? Your record might not reflect it, but how proud of you are this team and how much you've grown in the offseason to now?
Yep. Honestly, I'm extremely proud of everybody. We have some young kids, some sophomores, juniors step up into big roles, and they've been playing amazing for us. And just everybody comes in and wants to learn every day, wants to work hard at practice every day. We have great energy because Ian Everett loves to bring that. So we have great energy at every practice. Like I said, they come in and we work hard, and we just try to get everything we can out every night.
Talking with Curtis Dick, offensive lineman and defensive lineman here
Yes, sir.
for the Clyde Flyers. Now, Curtis, you are 5'11", 207. If you excuse my saying so, you don't look 207. Not the average size for an offensive lineman, but I got to tell you, I went to St. Paul. Our starting center was about 5'11", 180. So tell me, how good do you need to be when it comes to technique and footwork to push those bigger guys around? Because I'll tell you what, the technique will always win. So
Yep.
how much does that help you out? How much you got to work in practice and in the offseason to get your footwork right? And how does that help you?
Yep. I mean, you said it. Technique is everything, and that's really any sport. Strength can only get you so far, but like Ian said, just a lot of off-season working in the weight room and some sled work, stuff like that for footwork, and a lot of some speed training. Luckily, I think I was gifted with a little bit of a more of a speed edge than some typical defensive linemen, and with me being a little smaller, sometimes I feel I'm a little harder to block than other bigger offensive linemen. But a lot of off-season work and a lot of enthusiasm and help from coaches trying to get us to get to our max potential every practice. So.
That kind of leads me to my next question. You said you were kind of faster than most defensive linemen can be, maybe than most big offensive linemen are. My next question was going to be, as a smaller guy, as a faster guy, what's your favorite pass rush move to put on? You got into the quarterback twice this season. You've gotten 46 tackles. What's your favorite way to get there?
My favorite way, I just love to fire off the ball, use a little bit of my speed, use a little bit of my strength, and get a nice little push-pull, rip them by,
A little
and try to get
push-pull?
around. Yes, sir.
I thought maybe, you know what, I had you pegged for a rip move type guy, just kind of go under,
Kind
dip
of throw
the
it all
shoulder
together,
under
honestly,
there.
yep.
But
Yes, sir.
that's awesome to hear. Curtis Dick of the Clyde Flyers, another one of these senior leaders. Curtis, ask you the same question I asked those two other guys. You got any plans for next fall?
Next fall, those two plan on going to college or being athletes. I'm actually going to enroll into barber school. I'd like to be a barber.
Hey,
after
that's
high
great. My
school.
cousin's a barber. You going to the Sandusky Career Center?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my cousin just graduated from there. So, hey, that's a great profession.
Yes, sir.
Make some
Very
good money
excited.
doing that. So,
Hopefully.
good luck to you on that. And
Thank
if
you,
you want to
sir.
shout anybody out, now's the time.
Just a big shout out to my mom and my dad, my coaches, of course, all my teammates, my other leaders that push me, and my grandma and grandpa in the other room enjoying their dinner.
All right, thank you so much,
Yes,
Curtis
sir. Thank
Dick of the
you.
Clyde Flyers. Good luck this week.
Thank you, sir.
And last and certainly not least, we got QB1, Mr. Jonathan Lance, coming in. Oh, I'm sorry. We got two more. I apologize, Coach. I apologize. I forgot you got 5. I thought you had 4. Who do we got here? Because I only had 4. Cole Sengstock, correct?
No, I'm Jonathan. Jonathan.
Oh,
Lance.
you're Jonathan. I was right. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. My bad, Jonathan. You know, I don't recognize you without the helmet on. That's my fault. So, Jonathan Lance joining me here on the Coach's Show, quarterback for the Clyde Flyers. And this season, Jonathan, I mean, despite 4 losses, you've had a pretty good year so far.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at your totals. You've got almost 1,000 yards passing on the season already. You're at 935. You had a little bit of the interception bug, but that'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've had 3 touchdowns. You've had 86 completions at 147 attempts. You've also done a nice job rushing the ball, 116 rushing yards on the year with 2 touchdowns as well. And we were actually able to see you get into the end zone. Were both rushing touchdowns last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were because we saw you get in the end zone. It was on a read option, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Where you
Mhm.
just kept it, which I thought was great coaching because we don't see you run very often. And honestly, you guys could have done that every play. I don't think they
Yeah,
would
they-
ever block it. But tell me, you know, last year you're splitting reps with
Mm-hmm.
Brennan Wilson.
Yeah.
And this year, team's all yours to lead. Tell me the difference between this year and last year and how you're helping your guys, you know, on the field.
This year, I believe I get, by playing the entire game, I get a little bit more in a groove as the game goes on instead of coming in and out so much. And by getting in a groove, I can throw better balls to my receivers and let them get in the open field after I get it to them.
Well, you've had some beautiful throws this season, and I mean, that can't be understated. And your receivers have done well as well. Of course, the one that comes to mind to me, Eric Cauble. He's got 122 receiving yards. You also have Tyler Knopfs with 135. But Hunter Thomas, or Deacon Crockett, I'm sorry, has 8 for 59. And then Hunter Thomas has 20 catches for 229 yards. So tell me about how your receivers have really helped you this year and how these young guys that are stepping in at receiver have really stepped up.
Yeah, all of our receivers are kind of young, but they've all found the best ways they can get open of their own abilities, and that's just helped in the long run getting them the ball and being able to move the ball downfield with the passing game.
Again, talking with Jonathan Lance, quarterback for the Clyde Flyers. Jonathan and I believe that this year you are a senior. Am I correct in
Yeah.
stating that? Yeah, you're all seniors, right? I'm going to just assume all that, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to bring anybody but seniors. Some people do. So, Jonathan, you got any plans for next year?
Probably going to college. Not sure about what I'm going to study, but probably going to college after high
Well,
school.
you got plenty of time to figure that out. I knew people that didn't figure out their major till they were juniors in college. You got any leads on what school you want to go to?
No, not really. Just kind of feeling them all out, see which one best fits me.
Thinking about playing sports in college?
Maybe if the opportunity happens.
Well, I suggested Bowling Green State University Falcons, but I'm pretty biased. All right, Jonathan, if you want to shout anybody out, now's the time.
I would like to shout out my mom and my dad, my younger brother and younger sister, along with my coaches who've helped me out through my middle school and high school career. That's it.
That's it. All right, Jonathan, thank you so much. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
And we got one more coming up, Cole Sengstock. Cole, thank you so much for being with me today.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. You're the first person to ask me that, Cole. Thank you. So, Cole, you're a leader not only on offense but also on defense. On the offensive side of the ball, you've been able to catch a couple of balls for 32 yards. You got 6 carries on the year for about 21 yards, but you're really helping out on defense as well with double-digit tackles. Tell me, how does working the defensive side of the ball help you on the offensive side?
You know, man, even when I first started playing football, I kind of tried to think of the ball on the opposite side. So if I'm on defense, man, I think of what I can do to make it more difficult for the offense. Like if I see something in offense that I don't like that, say, a linebacker's doing, I try to replicate that in my defensive reps as well.
Oh, that's high football IQ right there. Cole Sangstock of the Clyde Flyers. Cole, as a senior leader, how have these other seniors and yourself helped to mold these young guys for the future of the Clyde program?
I mean, man, we came off at a little bit of a rough start, so that can sometimes it's not very motivating to play football when you're losing games like that. But our seniors kind of stepped up, kept us in it. Every Monday we showed back up with a smile on our face and ready to play some football. And them younger guys just kind of followed us along, and it worked out pretty good.
Again, talking with Cole Sangstock of the Clyde Flyers. Cole, any plans for next fall?
Next fall, I'm looking into some college right now.
Yeah.
And probably just going to go that route.
Not 100% yet, but you're leaning towards college?
Oh, yeah.
Any leads there? And no, you're worrying about that in the winter and spring?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That was the same way my senior year. All right, Cole. Shout anybody out that you want to.
I want to shout out just the entire city of Clyde for sticking with us through all these losses and everything like that. I appreciate y'all. Family out there, friends out there, I hope you guys see this and are proud of me. And, yeah, thank you guys.
I'm sure everyone out there is proud of you and the rest of these Clyde Flyers seniors. I want to thank everybody tonight, Coach Carter, of course, and Cole, thank you so much. Brady, Curtis,
sir,
Jonathan, Ian, thank you guys so much. You did a fantastic job. Stick around and stay tuned here to Eagle 99 WFRO, and on YouTube, we're going to be talking Little Giant football with Coach Chad Long coming up next. School Football Coaches Show. My name is Nick Roth. We're talking Week 5 and then into Week 6 this week. It's crazy that we're into Week 6 already. Coach Chad Long of Ross joining me. Remember, you can listen to us live on 99.1 FM. You can also listen to us on the WFROradio.com and Eagle 99 app. And you can watch us live on our YouTube live stream. Thank you to Josh Frederick for setting that up and conducting that. He's taking it from about here to up here. It's ridiculous how much better it is. Again, Coach Chad Long with me. We're talking Ross football now, and you had a 2-0 start, and then you played 3 really, really tough teams and 3 losses. But now you play a Toledo Scott team that you should be able to get the better end of. But before we talk about Scott, let's talk about Findlay. Always hate losing to a rival, but it does help that you beat Sandusky. You went 1-1 versus your rivals. I think you'll take that.
No. No, not at all. That was an ugly game. Plain and simple. All fundamentals of the game, all aspects of the game, special teams, offense, defense. Findlay took it to us.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Well, I don't want to spend a ton of time on Finley because honestly, I mean, I got the stat sheet here.
Yeah.
Not a lot to talk about. I mean,
No.
it was pretty one-sided.
Yeah, it was one-sided. It didn't start off good. Well, it did. I mean, they drove the field. They missed a field goal. Second play, I think we threw our interception to them. They took it down to like the 2 or 3 yard line. They scored there. They kick off. Our two kids run into each other, and they recovered it, and they scored again. So it's not the best way to start a game.
Definitely not. But I guess my question to you is, was there anything that you liked that you could take away into this week?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
No, there's only one kid that actually played well on both sides of the ball, and that was Cole Myers. And
I was going to guess
that's
him.
the only bright spot I can say out of all 22 positions. So offense and defense wise.
Tell me about then this week the team's attitude and resiliency, because you have 3 really tough losses in a row.
It's a brutal schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. Mentally and physically for our kids. But it is what it is. We got to compete every week. You never know what can happen. Finley, they're a pretty good football team. A lot better than what we saw on film, and they're the real deal. But we're going against Scott, and we can't overlook them. We need a win bad.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy. Scott's on a 2-game win streak. Beat Toledo Start and Woodward. So it's going to be a dogfight when we get over there, and we just got to limit, mistakes.
Yeah.
And we definitely got to score on offense. That's what we're missing. 6 points in 3 games is not good.
Have you had a good week of practice this week, and does the team seem, even though you're coming off 3 losses, they seem in good spirits?
Yeah, we switched around practice a little bit, make a little excitement and competition style, and we still do our teams and all what we normally do, but we switched some things around to get excited and start getting back to doing fundamental stuff.
Going into the next week against Scott, and we're talking with Coach Chad Long of the Ross Little Giants. Going into this week, with Toledo Scott, a chance to get off the schneid, as you said. But I assume you guys don't just want to go in there and win. You want to make a bit of a statement and remind everybody out there who are fans of Little Giant football just how special and good this team is.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't shown it in the last 3 weeks, and we need to get back on track. And it's not going to be easy. Scott has some athletes. They have some big guys up front. We're going to have to play fundamental football and minimize our penalties and, tackle and make plays when given opportunities.
Talking with Coach Chad Long of the Ross Little Giants. They're talking about last week's loss to Findlay, 42-0, but they're looking to go into Toledo Scott this week and get a win. What time is that kickoff?
7 o'clock.
Is it at 7 o'clock?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
The rumor mill is 4 o'clock. It's not. It's 7 o'clock.
Okay. Good. Thank you for clearing that up, Coach. You never know. Those inner-city Toledo teams sometimes can be dangerous to play there, and that's why they do it in the daytime.
Everyone says, they play at 4 o'clock. That's when they play inner-city schools.
Yeah.
It's like 4 or 4:30.
Yeah.
We're not inner-city. We're playing at 7 o'clock.
And it's a game we wish we could be at, but we called Toledo Scott this week, and they were like, we just can't accommodate you.
I don't think there is any boost.
No, there's nothing.
I don't even think there's boost for us. I think we have to stand on top of the roof.
They said that they could stick us outside, and we were like, well, if it rains, we got thousands of dollars worth of equipment.
Yeah.
So instead, we're doing the Margaretta Woodmore game, which that'll be a good one too.
That'll be a great game.
But talking with Coach Chad Long about his Little Giants, and I had a question in my head. Now, okay, so take me through. You had 3 rough weeks. Now you play Scott. And I know you told me already you only look at the next week.
Yeah.
But the next few weeks seem kind of a little favorable that you could really turn this around and get into the playoffs here. And tell me, does your team, do they seem down because they lost 3 in a row, or do they seem, hey, we still got a lot of games left to play?
There's a lot of games left to play. Again, they may look at the big picture. I look at the little picture week to week. I only care about being 3-3. I don't care about anything else. The kids are feeling good going into this week after being against 3 schools that we had to cross over and play. fairly healthy. We are banged up a little bit, and we'll be all right.
I want you to tell me about a guy that you've told me about every week that I've done the show. You mention his name every week. You said he was the only bright spot coming out of last week. Tell me about Cole Myers, not just his raw athleticism, which he obviously has much of, but you're talking to a guy, I've never seen him play. I'm busy on Friday nights for the Wolf. Tell me all about Cole Myers and what he means to this football team.
Well, he's everything right now. I mean, he's 6'4", 350 pounds, and plays both ways. And, he doesn't need – he's a very good athlete. He's very agile. And his hands, his physicality and how much space he takes up on the defensive side and how physical he is on the offensive side, we like to run behind him as much as we can. We're hoping to get Talon back. He's getting a little bit more healthy, so we'll be running behind Cole with Talon. That's the big 1-2 punch right there with Cole and Talon that we had the first 2 weeks that we haven't been able to do because Talon, it's been very limited with him with his ankle injury. Cole's amazing.
Talking with Coach Chad Long of the Ross Little Giants about his team this season. We'd said they're 2-3 on the year. Tough schedule. I mean, you play Perrysburg, Whitmer, Findlay. Those 3 games. If you win those games, if you're in a position where you win all 3 of those, people are talking state championship. There's no question. I don't think there's – if you're 5-0 right now against those 3 powerhouse teams, people are definitely going to be talking. You're making a run. That's what people would say.
Yeah, but
so
our region we have to go through, Medina Highland, Avon, returning state champs.
Still.
It's a really brutal regional that we're in, and not only is the region tough, I mean, you still have Massillon that's out there.
You can't,
and Hoban. I mean, there's all sorts of teams that are all around that it's unknown. It's all about who gets hot in the playoffs. We got to make it there first. Being 3-3 will help us.
And again, what do you think you guys need to do defensively to make sure you guys are 3-3 after, facing Toledo Scott?
Defensively, we look slow, and against Findlay. So we got to play fast. We got to be aggressive. We got to get pressure on the quarterback, and we got to make plays on defense. We got to be able to get some more turnovers. That's something we're lacking. This last week is we didn't get any turnovers, so we need to get those, and we need to take care of business on the defensive side. Offensively, we got to score. Yep. It's been 6 points in 3 weeks is unacceptable, even against the teams that we play. We got to be able to score, and right now we don't look very good offensively.
Talking with head coach Chad Long of the I almost said Chad Ross. Chad Long of the Fremont Ross Little Giants playing Toledo Scott this week. Coach Long, good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And before I take you through the rest of our schedule and wrap up the night, I think I owe a favor to old Mr. Fremont over there, Jay Cullen.
Jay.
Come on, Jay. Jay, come on in here. Now let's get him on the camera. Kyle did it last year. I'll do it this year. He deserves it. Jay Cullen, everybody. Mr. Fremont. Come on in here, Jay.
Get in here, Jay.
Get in here. He's got his Ross shirt. He's got his Jay Cullen shirt on. You know you're famous when you got your own face on a shirt.
Yeah.
Jay Bird. Jay Cullen.
Yep.
Happy birthday, my man. Happy birthday, Jay. I'd sing to you, but I got a terrible voice. What shirt he's got there? He's got the St. Joe shirt. He's got the Bishop Hoffman shirt. But Coach Long wants to put the Ross shirt in there as well. And he's got, I don't know if you can see it at home, he's got his sequin and pink hat here.
Jay got this shirt here.
Oh, he got a Frickers. That is awesome.
Yeah.
You got a lot of presents today, Jay.
Yeah.
You happy with what you got today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, happy birthday to you, Jay. We'll do it every year. We'll put you on the show. How does that sound? Happy birthday.
And go Tigers, beat those Cleveland Guardians. And then my brother John Cole, hear me on the radio. Tell my brother John Cole, the Tigers are going to come back and beat the Cleveland Guardians tonight.
All right.
John Cohen, brother.
Jay's brother John worked for us for many years, was the voice in 92, won the Wolf. He's a Tigers fan. He says, go Tigers. I say, go Guardians. Jay, thank you so much. Thanks, Jay. Happy birthday to you. And to you, thank you for watching tonight. Let's go through our BAS sports schedule one more time. Of course, tonight is our Frickers of Fremont high school football coaches show. Tomorrow we have high school football. I'm sorry, that's Friday. I keep thinking today's Thursday. That's Friday. Thursday, tomorrow on 92 on the Wolf, we have the Ryan Day Show, talking Ohio State football from 7 to 8 p.m. Friday, September 26th, we have high school football. Right here on the Eagle, it's Margaretta and Woodmore. That's 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Again, we talked with Coach Chad Long about Ross and why we can't be there. On 92 on the Wolf, Mike Roca and I will be at Freedom Field in Edison, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff for the Bellevue Redmen at the Edison Chargers. On Saturday, BGSU football right here on the Eagle. It's BGSU at Ohio, 11 o'clock pregame, noon kickoff for that. And on 92 on the Wolf, Ohio State takes on Washington after their bye week at Washington. 2 o'clock pregame, 3:30 kickoff. We'll have the Paul Keels call on our sister station, 92.1 The Wolf. And that will do it for our coaches show here this week. I want to say thank you to Josh Frederick, our video guy. And, of course, a big thank you to Mr. Aiden Klein back at Control on River Road. And to you, thank you for tuning in. And until next week, stick around and stay tuned to Eagle 99 WFRO, all the hits, all the time.